Alright, YouTube, welcome back. No review or anything like that today. I'm just going to kind of sit and shoot the shit and just give you my thoughts on advocacy for right now. It's a very important time, so grab a vape, grab a nice cold beverage. Oh, there we go. Product endorsement. No pay check going my way, no affiliation or anything. That's just one of my forms of crack cocaine that I've got. Advocacy. What are we going to talk about? August 8th. It's come, it's gone, and the deeming regulations are in effect. And a lot of people are on two extreme ends. It's, fire and brimstone over here, or it doesn't affect me over here. I'm a vapor, and, we got 2 years. We got time to fight this. Yeah, I mean, both of these arguments are true to some effect. But you got to understand, where we are right now, most of the vaping community knew we would end up as far back as 2 years ago when the FDA initially said, we're going to get these deeming regulations and we're going to put them in place and we're going to blah, 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 and they're going to do everything that they said they were going to do. Guess what? They're doing it. So we knew. We knew as a community that it was coming, so that kind of softened the blow a little bit. However, we also knew that we're going to have to buckle down and actually fight this after the effect, or after the event. It's something that we've got to sit down and come together as a unified force and fight the FDA, the government, big tobacco, big pharma. We got to fight these four entities that have tons of money and are fighting as a unified force against vaping. For those who don't know, the reason that this is going on, and one of the many reasons, I mean, there's no one reason that any of this goes on. Big tobacco's got its pockets, or has got its money in the government's pockets, rather. A lot of loans and outstanding debts and everything like that that the government has are covered by big tobacco's deep, deep pockets that are fed by guys like you and me, former smokers. You guys out there who are still smoking and are looking, hey, maybe I want to vape. You guys out there who have relatives who are smokers and are still feeding the pockets of big tobacco. Tasty. That's a lot of money. I mean, think about when you were a smoker. How much did you spend? I was about a pack and a half a day. Today, a pack of cigarettes is about, I don't know, $5-ish. That's my guess. So I was about a $7 a day. $7 a day smoker. One person to big tobacco, whether it was to big tobacco company itself or the government, because you got to remember, all those taxes go to the government, and they're kind of in this together. That entire $7, other than the profit that the gas stations or whatever made, which of that $7 is probably about $1. $6 of that $7 was going right towards their pockets. Alrighty then, sorry about that. My wife came home, garage door open. I didn't want to record any of that. She didn't know that I was doing this, and she started talking, of course. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the money from the $7 a day roughly that I smoked. This is all ultimately going either in big tobacco's pockets or the government's pockets, or however you want to look at it. And all that is money that is fighting vaping. And here's why. The government's terrified. They have a bunch of outstanding loans with the big tobacco industry. And if the big tobacco industry starts faltering because of vaping, and the numbers are there showing that it's going to happen if vaping continues, then big tobacco might want to cash in on those loans. The government can't afford it. The government is, what, $16 trillion in debt or something like that. They simply can't afford it to pay back all these probably 50 to 70 years worth of loans that big tobacco has footed. Tobacco's got a lot of money. Tobacco has a shit ton of money, and people just don't really realize that. Oh, I'm just buying a pack of smokes. Yeah, but you and 50, 60 million other people are spending $2,000 a year. Do the math. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's aside from the people that smoke pipes, cigars, dip, chew tobacco. That's just money in this country. What about American cigarettes that are sold elsewhere? In Canada, Mexico, Europe, South America, they like our cigarettes. They sell very well in other places. You know, I was in the Navy, and I got to see other parts of the world. And one of the common things that I saw everywhere I went is that I could buy Marlboros everywhere I went. Whether it's a rebranded company, they're making the Marlboros over there in the Philippines or whatever, you know, home base over here, they get a paycheck for that, even if they don't spend a dime on it other than to sell the name Marlboro. There's a lot of money in cigarettes. There's a lot of money in tobacco. And the government, the FDA, Big Pharma, how are they involved in this? Pharmaceutical companies. They have these quit smoking pills, patches, gums, all this stuff. They've got these miracle drugs and whatnot for people to quit smoking. And what, again, numbers are showing is that vaping is more effective. What are numbers showing? The lobbyists against vaping are showing that, well, teenage vaping is going up. You know, teenagers are vaping, and their argument to this is that it's going to be a gateway into tobacco. However, the fact that they ignore when they publish those numbers is that while vaping numbers are going up in teens, smoking numbers are going down. Exactly the same way they are in adults. Vaping is killing smoking. Vaping is killing tobacco use. And they want you to ignore that. That's why things like A Billion Lives, this movie that's coming out, is so important. It kind of gives you another aspect of the truth. So, how are we fighting this? How is the community fighting this? Well, we were kind of pecking at this beast from all kinds of different angles, you know, saying, no, you can't do this to me, you know, whatever, and giving the 21st century millennial answer of, well, I'm right because I'm a millennial, or I'm right because I'm me. You know, fuck that. We need to get the right answer, and that is to shell money out and to plug them in the ass and fight them head on as one unified force. That's what we need to do. And to that effect, a guy by the name of Rip Trippers, you may have heard of him, has set up a generosity fund. And his goal with this, and it's succeeding, by the way, was to get all the other big-name YouTube reviewers in and to kind of conglomerate and say, hey, we need to fight this from one angle. And he knows a lobbyist, the guy who's the founder and president of the American Vaping Association, who is going to go around from state to state to state and lobby and talk to our representatives, talk to our people, and talk to the people who ultimately make our legislation. Sorry, beverage pause. And Greg Connolly is going to educate them and give them the information that Big Tobacco is conveniently forgetting to tell them. And to that effect, Rip has set up an account with Generosity as a fundraiser. Every penny of it, every dime goes straight to the American Vaping Association's checking account. Rip doesn't see a penny of this. All kinds of big-name reviewers, you know, Rip Trippers, Indoor Smokers, Twisted 420, Matt Kelly with Sock My Mod, The Vapor Chronicles, Mike Vapes, Vape and Fagan, you know, all kinds of people are getting in on this. They're donating. They're putting money into one unified front to fight this from one angle. And that's what we need to do. We need to stop all this petty bullshit. We need to stop all the drama that we've got. You know, this guy did this, this guy did that. Fuck that. Fuck that. We need to just fight this like adults, not like a bunch of 6th graders on a playground who is better than the other 6th grader because we just are. You know, we're beyond that. Every one of us who has one of these is an adult. In this country, we have to be at least 18, and in some states, you got to be at least 21 to have one of these. And we need to act like that. We need to stop all this drama. We need to stop all the bullshit, and that's part of what this fund is for. And this fund is open not just to individuals like you and me. It's open to businesses. And to that effect, a lot of businesses have really, really shelled out some money, and a lot of individuals have started shelling out money as well. And I urge you to shell out some money. And I mean, I don't see a penny of this. I've got, last count, 111 subscribers. If every one of my subscribers donates $1, that's $111 toward this fund. Now, let's take Indoor Smokers and Rip Trippers. Combine their subscriber base. If every one of them donates $1, That's $1 million. That's the power of $1. What is $1? If you can afford these, you can certainly afford $1. If you can afford these, you can certainly afford $5 or $10. Here's the thing. Forgo one bottle of juice this month. One bottle of house juice, $10. And donate half of that to the American Vaping Association through this fund. $5. Now multiply that times RIPS. 700,000 subscribers. $3.5 million. Boom. Just like that. That's a lot of ammo. That's the power of $5. I urge you, if you're watching this video, if you're vaping, if you're at all passionate about these, and if you like doing this, put your money where your mouth is. Donate $1. Donate $5. I know a lot of us can't afford a whole lot of money. You know what? If you can afford to vape, you can afford $5. Easy. If it's a stretch, donate $1. Donate something. Give some money to this, because vaping otherwise is not going to survive. I'm going to post a link below to Rip Tripper's video. He's got information. He's got a message from Greg Connolly in his video, and he's got a direct link to the Generosity Fund. I'll go ahead and post that as well. Whatever you do, though, right now we're in a position where the lobbying is happening up front through Greg Connolly. We've got at least 5 lawsuits that I know of going on, some of them pretty major, and they're fighting this from a bunch of different fronts, from the legal front. And there's a lot of different stuff going on. The common denominator, though, is in all of these fights, they need money. I urge you to donate to this fund and to donate to AMSA if you can afford it. $5 a pop, boom, there you go. There's that one bottle of juice. You gave up one bottle of juice for 1 month. And that's it. You donated $10 to 2 worthy causes, and you can help fight to save what we do. Anyway, not a whole lot else to say about this. It's a fight to save what we do and to save what we love. To that effect, we got to stop all the bullshit, the nonsense. You know, if Rip Trippers and Twisted 420 could put their bullshit past them, and behind them rather, and get past all that crap and come together and donate money, hard-earned cash, into a fund like this, then you and I could certainly do it. I put my money where my mouth is already, and I urge you to do the same. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox about that, because all the information you're going to need is in Rip Tripper's video. I'll post a link to the video, I'll post a link to the Generosity Fund that he set up, and I'll post a link to AMSA for you to be able to donate to that. And I urge you to do all 3, and also contact your representatives and let them know, hey, this shit ain't cool. Tell them to support H.R. 2058 and the Cole Bishop Amendment. What is going on right now is probably the largest public health travesty that the government has ever inflicted on us as a people in the history of this country since it was founded. And that's not an exaggeration. So anyway, soapbox gone. I'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So whatever you do, guys, just, you know, fight the fight, stay the course. It is what it is, and we got to do what we do. So vape on, vape strong, vape safe. I'll see you.